Let's get to Dom Chu now. He has a market flash on the casino names. And Dom, I'm looking squarely right now at Wynn on my fact set, and it is down 13.2%.
So is Las Vegas Sands. I mean, they're the two worst performers by far, Scott. The major casino operators, again, in the S&P today, selling off on several headlines related to the industry, specifically in Macau. On the one hand, first of all, you got new outbreaks of COVID in China, raising concerns that Macau could reinstate maybe stricter travel restrictions. It might slow some of the casino operators' recovery there. Analysts at Jefferies are noting that the daily revenue there has been steadily improving in Macau, but saying that the Fujian outbreak poses a near-term risk there to potential travel. Another headwind, potentially, increased supervision from the government, with Macau officials also suggesting they could increase local ownership requirements for some of those gaming companies. Sands and Wynn, as you point out, the worst off at this hour, both tracking, by the way, for their biggest daily declines since March of last year, Scott.
Wow.
I'll send things back over to you.
I appreciate that. The domino piling on Wynn today and some of these other stocks big time, which probably makes Farmer Jim Lebenthal feel not so good. Why? Because he bought the stock last week. He bought it last week. It's down 13.3% right now, which is why we summoned him to the phone to see what was up. Farmer Jim, Mr. All In, are you with me?
I am with you. I never shy away from this opportunity to defend a name.
That's true. Not only are you defending it, I'm told you're buying more today.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Look, investing comes with risk, okay? This is a risky position. But buying it last week, if you think I wasn't aware that there could be some more Chinese regulation, you'd have to think I was in outer space the last 3 months with everything going on with Alibaba, Didi, et cetera. So this is not unexpected. I think, what's also kind of disturbing today is the shutdown of the city of Xiamen. May have mispronounced that. But, when you look at Wynn, I want to say two things, Scott. One thing about Wynn and then one thing about the big picture overall. When you look at Wynn, Macau is very nice, but 60% of the last 6 months EBITDA came from outside of Macau. And furthermore, they've got this Wynn Interactive business that Bill Foley, a great fintech entrepreneur, has invested in. That's where the growth is going to come from. So I don't think Las Vegas is shutting down. I don't think online gambling is shutting down. And I don't think Macau is shutting down. These risks are ones that you have to accept if you're going to buy a stock that has the potential to return 30% in 6 months. Let me get to the big picture, too, and then I know you want to ask some questions. The conversation you all were just having is fabulous. There is an almost daily back and forth between reopening versus defensive. It's almost daily now. Yesterday was a reopening day. That has to resolve itself in one direction or the other. I am firmly in the camp that we as a globe and as a nation will get through the Delta surge. I am firmly in the camp that the global economy is not going to go into shutdown, that there will be gaming across the globe, and a stock like Wynn, which I bought a week ago and which I bought today, down last week 25% from the all-time high, now down 35% at the all-time high, has the worst case priced into it that is highly unlikely to come.
Interesting. Let's bring Stephanie Link in because she, too, owns Wynn. Steph, what about Jim's move?
Yep.
What about the case that he just made? Do you share that belief?
100%. And I will be buying more when I can. I'm restricted right now. But 70% of their business is Macau. And I bought Wynn because I think Macau eventually will recover. Last quarter, now I know it's last quarter, but just hear me out. EBITDA rose 54% in Macau sequentially. Revenues grew 9% sequentially. They cut costs by 24%. They're doing what they can until you see Macau recover. In the meantime, Las Vegas and Boston are 30% of revenue. Online gaming is still so small, but it's a $45 billion market, total addressable market, and they have a 58% SPAC share. So there's a lot of ways this company can win. You have to stay, no pun intended, but you have to stay patient. And in the meantime, what saved them last quarter, and they did beat last quarter, by the way, was Las Vegas, was Boston, was cost cutting. And they're going to continue to do that until Macau recovers. The stock trades at 9 times EV to EBITDA, and it has $3.9 billion in liquidity. Perfectly fine. So I'm willing to stay patient. I will be buying more when I can. And I think this move today is absurd.
Well, okay. Well, okay then. Farmer Jim, you got a wing. I'd say you got a wingman. You got a wing lady with you. She's right with you.
What a wing lady. What a wing lady. I should just clear up a discrepancy that viewers will note. I said that 60% of the first 6 months of this year, EBITDA came from outside of Macau. Stephanie said 70% of EBITDA came from Macau. I'm pretty sure Stephanie meant pre-pandemic numbers. I'm pretty sure you meant that, Steph. But, you know, again, if you want to invest in these risky reopening stocks, and I do, okay, take a look at Transocean, take a look at Wynn, you have to be prepared for air pockets like this. You just have to suck it up. The reward is there on the other side, but reward does not come without taking risk.
All right. We'll see what happens. What's that? Who is that?
It's
Degas?
Scott. It's Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Nope, it's Joe. Yeah.
Real quick. I gotta go. Real quick.
All right. Well, I don't care if it's Macau or Las Vegas. These are dinosaurs in the desert. I share Jim's optimism on the reopening, but I don't like casinos right here because you've got generations coming that they don't want to gamble in a casino. Gen Z and millennials, they're not going there. Older generations are where the customer base was, and unfortunately, that's going to die out.
Take that, Farmer Jim.
This is a trade.
If I can add something,
I got to go. I got to go. They're going to kill me. Jim, thank you.
All right. Take care.